Last week when we were singing I Want to Be Like Daniel, I Want to Be Like Ruth, I realized some people forgot the stories behind Daniel and Ruth. So I thought it was very important that we try to go back and learn more about Daniel. And then we'll do Ruth because Corey's not here and Corey's the one that really did not remember Ruth too well. So anyway, here we go. First of all, Tatum's going to tell us a little bit more about Daniel.
When the king told everybody to eat his food, some of the food was food that God told him not to eat, so he ate healthy food.
Okay. And were they healthier or less healthy than all the king's other men?
Healthier.
All right. Then we're going to talk about how after Daniel he was blessed by God after eating the food, and he was given the ability to interpret dreams. So tell about one of the stories when Daniel was able to interpret a dream for King Nebuchadnezzar. Colin.
Okay, one night King Nebuchadnezzar had this big old dream, and he wanted to know what it was. So he called all these people over, these enchanted people, and they said they could do magic. And so he called them over, and they tried to interpret it, but then they said that this is too hard, no one could ever ask for this, and they couldn't do it. So
hold on just a second. Okay. What did the king want him to do? Not only interpret the dream, but what?
To know what it meant.
To know what the dream was.
Oh.
Right?
But then they said that there's one man on the planet that can do that, and he said that Daniel could do it. So he got Daniel to come over, but Daniel couldn't do it just like without God's help. So he prayed to God, and then he came back, and then he told them what his dream meant, and then King Nebuchadnezzar praised God for a little bit, but then he made a big old fat statue of himself.
Okay. Speaking of that statue, Isaac's going to tell us about Daniel's friends. What were Daniel's 3 friends' names, first of all? Can y'all help him?
One was Meshach, Abednego, and
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Okay, tell us about their friends and what happened when King Nebuchadnezzar built this big idol.
The King Nebuchadnezzar told them to worship his big idol, or if you didn't worship it, he would throw you in the fiery furnace. And
yes.
And Meshach,
Shadrach,
and Abednego didn't worship it, and then they were sent to King Nebuchadnezzar.
Okay. Then what happened? What did he do to him?
He made the furnace 7 times hotter than it was before, and he sent his 2 strongest men to go throw him in the fiery furnace, and the men died from the heat, and they lived because they prayed to God and saved them.
What happened when Nebuchadnezzar looked in the furnace? Instead of 3 people, how many did he see?
4.
And who was the 4th person?
An angel,
or the presence of God.
God.
Very good. All right. Then later, after Nebuchadnezzar and his son died, what happened, Thomas?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you. Well, King Nebuchadnezzar made an all against rain,